It's so important to be a woman who only responds to a man's actions. And this is really key because, firstly, primarily as a woman, you should always be about you and your business. And in being about you and your business, it means that the only time that you take away from yourself is time that is actually worth you giving away. There are 24 hours in the day, and let's say, for instance, that you are sleeping for 8 of those hours. That means remaining, you have 16 hours. Those 16 hours are so precious. And you cannot, as a woman, use those 16 hours texting a man who is not doing anything other than texting. I'm sure, darlings, you have heard on the internet, this is a payphone, not a playphone. I want you to understand that God has fundamentally shown you that a man can be very intentional. When it comes to all the men in the Bible, there was great intentionality. So on this earth, it's really important. Never, ever make an excuse for a man who isn't intentional with you. He knows what he is doing. And if he knows what he's doing, your point on this earth has to be, you don't explain to him, you're not being intentional with me, you're not giving me the actions, you're not, and by the way, dinners are the bare minimum. Food is the bare minimum. We're going to come back to that, but food is the bare minimum. But you don't have to explain that. What you have to do as a woman is please grow some value in the Most High. Grow some value in yourself. Love yourself enough. It does not matter. And I say this with the fullest love in my heart. It does not matter if your father was not around. You have the greatest father on this earth. Heal those wounds. Give yourself the love that you deserve. And you only respond to action. If you are constantly texting, constantly just giving yourself out, and that man is not actually enhancing your life, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? And you have to be quite crude with this. And when I mean by quite crude with this, I want for you to get a piece of paper out. This is for you if you're dating, or even do it for your last relationship, and dating is for marriage. I want you to write a list of things. What has that man done for you? Emotionally, mentally, financially, I want you to write that down. Text messages and dinners do not count as elevating your life. You see, what happens is most women confuse the bare minimum for the world. A man, I absolutely love my mother, and one of the things she taught me in life is a man taking you out for dinner is not elevating your life. He's taking you out for dinner for his own pleasure. He gets to look at a beautiful woman, he gets to show you off, etc. Food is not an elevation of life. And if you want to know that, look at what food in the Bible did from the very beginning of time. Food isn't it. I need to ask for you to ask yourself, school fees, how's your university thing going? How's your business going? How's your house rent? How's your mortgage going? Do you have a car? And please do not assume on this earth that those things are only given to women who are selling something. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. A man will show intentionality and action to you. And if you have a problem, let's say you're having a really bad day, what's his action? His action is, I hope everything works out via text message. Darling, let me hold your hand when I say this. That is not it. That is not it. Set the bar and standard higher than that. You deserve better than that. You are worth more than that. That is not it. If you are sick and that man can't even, he's just like, get better soon. In this day where someone can send food to your door, that's not good enough. Even if he doesn't have the capacity to drive to you there and then, if he's not sending food, if he's not sending medicine, if he's not doing the most to make sure that you're okay, it is not good enough. But how do we get to this point whereby you are willing to walk away if he's not showing action? You get to this point by how you treat yourself. You get to this point, number one, time spent with the Most High. The most important thing that you can do for yourself is spend time with God. Spend time with God, because your value will increase. There is no way on this earth you will spend time with your Father and then feel comfortable for a man to be playing you, because he is playing you when you are just accepting text messages. It's not possible. Your spirit will be so repulsed by lack of action because you know it's wrong. That's number one. Number two, how do you get to the point whereby you become a woman who's like, no, this is not where the bar is, do better? By making your own money. Get your money together. I will preach this until the day I take my last breath on earth. As a woman, I do not care if he is a multi-millionaire. And I promise you, ladies, I'm speaking from a place I understand. Make your own money. Always have assets in your name, because when you have assets in your name, it is impossible for you to accept breadcrumbs. It's just not possible. And I'm going to tell you something. The more money that you have as a woman, unfortunately, I can't even explain this. I actually can't explain this. I'm not going to pretend. The better you get treated. Because God and money increases your self-worth and value. I know how God increases your self-value, but money just gives you a different energy. Also, look good. Look good. When you walk out the door, you turn heads, you break necks, all of that happens. There is no way on this earth that you are going to accept breadcrumbs from a man, because you know the moment you step out, there's another man waiting. There is another available man if you cannot do what needs to be done. If all you are going to do is text, there is another man available. So ladies, do not respond. Do not on this earth respond to a lack of action. And the way you make sure that you are not a woman who is played is by doing those three things: God, money, and look good. It's that simple.